everyone. I am going live. Hold on, let me mute myself. There we go. I was hearing an echo. All right, I am going to show you today how to edit the digital Christian planner. Now, this is the version for GoodNotes. Originally, I said I was going to have it ready this Friday, and we were going to do a live stream on Friday. However, because of this new fancy computer I have, it was pretty quick. Usually it takes me a couple days because it just takes a while for the file to render. And because there's so many pages, this was 100 pages of a planner. And because things didn't take as long, I actually just finished it all last night. So I thought I would just go ahead and release it. There's no reason to wait. And to show you guys how to edit that. Now, that planner, when you go to purchase the regular printable planner with all of the bells and whistles, with all of the social media posts and all of the bonuses and the different covers, then you will get a chance as soon as you finish your purchase to buy this for an additional 50% off. So if that is something you want to buy separately, though, just for this week only until Friday, you can purchase this for 50% off. So I left a link and a code if you only want the digital planner. It's only on sale until this Friday. And then after that, it's not that it goes back to regular price. It's just not on sale. So it's just not available. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and show you the digital planner. I don't even know if anyone's here because I didn't say yes. Hopefully you can hear me. I heard an echo of myself. Sometimes I just talk and there's no sound or you can't see the screen. I just do that. All right, I am going to go ahead and share my whole screen. All right, so hopefully you're seeing everything, a picture-in-picture thing going on. And let's see. Okay, so when you purchase this digital planner, you are going to see, let's see, you're going to see Go-to-Market, Christian Planner, digital sales file. Okay, you should see all of this. You should see the IDML file, which I guess stands for Indesign Markup Language. Someone asked me that the other week. They're like, what is the Indesign Markup Language file? I was like, I don't even know what that is. I never say the whole thing. It's just, I just call it the IDML file. So anyways, you're gonna get the IDML file. It's super old, it's super ancient. I don't know if it works even for digital planners. I don't guarantee it. I just put it in there in case you have an old version of Adobe InDesign. But you should be using this version, which is the .INDD, which again, I don't even know what those stands for, those letters, but that's the one you wanna use. This PDF that you see in here, if you open this PDF, it will work as is. So in theory, you don't, pull it over. You don't even have to make any changes if you don't want. So this is kind of big. Why is this so big? Let's make this smaller. There we go. All right, so when you go into this file, all of these tabs should work. So 1 should take you to section 1, take you to section 4, to 7, to 9, to 10, and then back to home if you want. So if your tab links work inside of Adobe Acrobat, then they will work for sure on GoodNotes or Procreate or any of those other applications on an iPad or tablet that are able to utilize links inside of a file. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me just show you really quick. You're going to also get this links file. The links file has all of the images. Now, the images that are missing from here are the same exact images that are missing from the original file. And the only reason they're missing is because I am unable to resell stock photos. I don't have reseller rights. Otherwise, I would totally give those to you. So if you want a particular photo, you can do one of two things. You can replace the photo you see in here. Well, let's back up. You can do one of three things. You can just go ahead and sell that PDF I just showed you as is. You don't actually have to make any changes, do anything, especially if you already purchased the sales kit, the template planner kit. I'm trying to call it a kit. I used to call it the pop-up shop, but some people thought it was confusing, like I was going to set up a pop-up shop at the mall for them. But that's not the case. I'm just selling you all the social media graphics and everything else. So this you could just sell as is. You don't have to make any changes. The second thing you could do is you could replace these images inside here if you go to edit it with your own images. So, you know, maybe I know some people just don't like animals, and there are 2 pictures of pets of dogs in here. So if you're like, I hate pets or animals, I want to take it out and put something else in there, you could totally just take this picture, delete it. All you did was hit the delete button and then put your own picture that you find that you have laying around, or maybe something from deposit photos or some of your own Adobe stock that you have been using. But if you wanted to use any of these photos, and because I'm not able to resell them, you can go up here to Window and you can go to the links folder. Now, inside of the links folder, you're going to see every single image that's been used. So over here, we can see that you have all these Adobe stock images. I don't have an error message. So right here, this little caution button, the status, I would have error messages if I was you, if I didn't own any of these stock photos, because it's trying to link to a photo that is not available in that links folder that I provided you. So if you want to use the same photo, like let's say, I don't even know what this one is, this one over here, all you have to do is write down this number. So 230, 2302 483. All right, so if you're going to do that, you can go over to Adobe Stock, so stock.adobe, and then you can go ahead and put 230802. Is that right? Did I write the number down right? Hold on, 2302. That's what it was. Okay. Just kidding. 2302-88483. I thought that sounded wrong. All right, so once you put that number in, you're going to see this picture right here. So obviously I already purchased it. That's why it says license. It says re-download for free. You can find that same exact photo. And that's how you could replace all of the photos if you want to use exactly what I used instead of something else that you have or something similar. So that's how you do the photos. Now, if you're going to use a different photo, you're going to have to make sure 2 things. The way, if you've never seen any of my digital planner files, they're set up so that all of the links work. And the way to get the links to work is that all of these files at the top, or these images, are master pages. So if you don't see this, go to Window and make sure Pages is selected, and then you'll see this Pages panel. Now, in this Pages panel, oh, Darlene on YouTube. Yes, can see and hear you. Thank you, Darlene. I very much appreciate that. Are you a ghost? You look like a million. I don't know what that means, but okay. So over here, here's what I've given you. If you double click on any of these, it will change the actual page that you see in front of you that you can edit. So this is the background only, because maybe you've decided, you know what, I don't really like your colors that you've chosen for this planner or any of the tabs. I'm just going to put my own stuff down, or I just want to put something totally separate. You can use that background only. Over here, these are the white pages only. So if you just want your own pages, you want to put your own tabs, your own coils, everything else, you can go ahead and use that. So I actually didn't apply these master pages anywhere inside of this file. I just added them here for you in case you want to use them for anything. Over here is Home. Now, Home, the way to apply a master page to a file is all you have to do is drag and drop it onto a file, and it's been applied. So this already had OO applied. If you're not sure which master pages are applied to each page, you can just hover over them like this, and you'll see 00 Home applied. So it makes it really easy for you. It also says 00 at the top. Over here, now we switch, and it says 1 cover applied. So up here at the top, each page has each master page has 2 different formats. One is just regular pages like you see here, and the other I called a cover. And the reason it's called a cover is because that first page inside a new section has a cover page, kind of like a tab divider, I guess. So you'll notice over here, Section 1 has this tab divider. It looks a little different. Section 2 has that same tab divider page. Section 3 has that same one. So that's why the ones applied to this one will say 3 cover versus the pages afterwards just say 3 denomination, because we're talking about the denomination section. So that's how you know which master pages are applied to which pages. If you've never heard of master pages, I do have a separate lesson inside of YouTube talking all about that. But just in general, master pages, you can think of them as like repeaters or watermarks or like repeat background images so that you have the same look and feel for each and every single page. Now, how do you change the text? Super easy, just like the other files. Nothing is different. All you do to change the text is you can double click on something and it should bring up the type tool. If it does not bring up the type tool, you can actually just go to the left, hit the type tool, and then you can start making changes. So maybe you don't want to call this liturgical calendar. You want to call it the liturgical schedule. You don't want to call this the Advent calendar. You want to call it the Advent season. Over here, Lent calendar, Lent season, right? So the other thing too is you can change, just like everything else, you can change the font. So maybe I really like chalkboard, but I want it to be bold. And oh, you know what? Maybe I want it to be red for whatever reason, or pink, right? You can just pick a whole new color, and now it's that new color, that new font, new wording, everything else. Sophia, how do you add hyperlinks from the text in the table of contents to each section? Yeah, I will show you that. So you don't have to add any hyperlinks. Oh, I see what you're saying. How do I add hyperlinks? Okay, good question. So let's go ahead and say, I didn't understand your question. By the way, Sophia, thank you. I think that was you yesterday. I was totally right. I completely forgot to put the New Testament inside of the Bible tracker. So I fixed that right away. So that is done yesterday. I have a Bible tracker as a bonus for the original. And I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just labeled the last 2 pages New Testament, even though they were not the New Testament at all. Anyways, that's been fixed. But Lent season. Okay, so let's say we want to go to Lent season. So we're going to highlight this, and all we're going to do is right click and go to hyperlink and say new hyperlink. And we're going to go to page, and we're going to make sure to link to section 6, which is 6.1, and say okay. And that's all you have to do. And now it will work. So hopefully that answers your question. Sophia, no problem. LOL, yeah. All right, so that's how you do links. Now, the links for the section, what I thought she was asking, which I was totally wrong, is how to link to each section. These links are already set up here in master pages. So see that dotted line around each item? That usually indicates to you that there is a hyperlink somewhere. If you go to, so if I go to view overprint preview, those go away. And that's just because I don't like looking at all of that extra, I guess, information that InDesign is trying to give me. So I just really want to just look at the design. So that is going to tell you where everything's linked. So like, for example, if I highlight this and I right click this and I go to hyperlink, oops, sorry. If I go to the box and then I go to hyperlink, I can see that I'd added the hyperlink. It's already been set up to go to the correct page. So you don't have to worry about setting anything up. So let's talk about how to, oh, I know I'm going to tell you, how to add images. So this image, you'll notice these coils right here are fake. So when I move it, it just moves, right? It's not like a set thing inside of there. I put the coils in there to like fake people out. I guess that sounds negative, but to help make it look prettier, how about that? So that it looks like a real planner. And that's really all that digital planners are. They just are images that are 3D and kind of capture your eye and make you think like you're looking at a real planner, when in fact they're just kind of like smoke and mirrors, right? So when you put a picture in, to make sure it stays realistic, you need to make sure that the coil always stays on top. So this image, right? So let's say I replace that with something else. Do I even have another image? So let's say I want to replace it with this image, and I'm just going to drag and drop this over here. So the problem with this image now is it is on top of the coil. So it doesn't look like a good digital planner anymore. It just looks like a digital planner where someone just plopped an image on top. So all you have to do to fix that is you're going to right click on the coil and you're going to go to arrange and you're going to say bring to front. And then it will always bring it on top. So out of everything on every page, you always, always, always want the coil on top. So you can just go ahead and make any changes you want and then just do the coil thing at the very end and you should be good. What else did I want to tell you? The cover. If you want to replace the cover, so again, I split it out so this coil is separate. So it's again like a pseudo coil cover. So you could just take this image, delete it, and replace it with whatever image you want as your cover inside of there. Or you can make a totally new one. And then having this coil over here, whoops, might want to move it over here to the left a little. And then you can put the coil on top and then it will look real again. So, and I did the same thing at the very end with the coil. So I have the opposite coil, so it's flipped on the back end. So it looks like this is the back of the planner. There's one extra page in here. I just added this page here just because of the way the planner worked out from the printable is that there was an extra empty page. So this is just, I put a Bible verse inside of here with the image behind it. Okay, what else do you need to know? I feel like that's kind of it. It's pretty simple. Oh, I know. So I keep saying like that's it. But if you want this to be a PDF that is clickable, you have to save it in the correct way. So when you go up here to File, you're going to go to Export. And you're going to make sure to export this as an interactive PDF. So out of all the choices down here, honestly, I don't even use most of these HTML, JPEG, right? You want to make sure you choose PDF interactive. Do not choose PDF print. If you choose PDF print, Adobe is assuming this will be printed. And so there's no need to have hyperlinks on something that is paper. So as long as you choose Adobe Interactive, save your file that way, it will work. Again, it's hard to tell because there's no differentiation on the extension. They're both PDFs, no matter which one you choose. It's only up to you to remember which one you chose so that you remember it. Now, what I always do too is I package my files. So whatever images I use later, I have in that links folder. So in order to get that package, you would go over here and you'll go to File and you go to Package, and then it'll package all the fonts that you've used, all the images that you've used, and it'll put it all into a folder somewhere. It'll put it to some folder someplace. So when you do that though, just remember it creates a PDF for you. It will create that wrong PDF for GoodNotes. It will create the PDF that is meant for printing on paper. It will not have any of your links. The only way to get those links, because I've seen some people do this and get frustrated, is to go to File, Export, and make sure you know where that file is. That's why when I always do File, Export, I have a separate folder just called Interactive PDF, so I know which one it is. So I know that it's different from the one that was created when I did File Package. So that's kind of it. Anything that you cannot edit on this page is because it is a master page. So if I try to edit 4, let's see, I can't do anything to it. And the reason I can't click it or do anything to it is because it's a master page. So master page helps you because it makes sure that every page is exactly the same, but it also makes it so you can't make any edits unless you go up here to the top and go to master pages. Remember, master pages are above the line. Regular pages of your document are below the line. Those master pages, a lot of them, people, or I shouldn't say a lot of them, if you don't apply them to a page, people will never see that. They won't even know that you created that master page. That's why I put these other master pages up here for you, the white pages only and the background only in case you wanted to use them, but otherwise no one can see them at all. So for this, if I wanted to change something, so let's say, I don't know what you'd want to change. Maybe instead of 4, you want to just call this section what it is, which is liturgical. Yeah, it's a lot of words to fit inside of there. And let's say we're going to make this 20. Sorry. So we're going to make this 20. There. Now you can see the word liturgical very, I guess, with the microscope, but you can still see it in case you wanted to change this and you were like, I would like it to say liturgical everywhere. The thing to remember is if you change it here, it will only work for that master page. So if I go down to this master page where 4 has been applied, it says liturgical. And then over here, it says liturgical because those are all the master page 4. But if I go to master page 5 cover over here, it just says 4 again. It didn't magically know that I wanted 4 to be liturgical everywhere. You will have to go into 5 cover and you'll have to double click this and you'll have to write the word in 20, I think is what we said fit. You'll have to write the word liturgical. And then that'll change. So then you'll have to do that every single one. Now, I do want to say changing the text over here will not ruin the link, right? So this will still link to section 4. When you go to hyperlink, it says edit, so you know the link still works. The only thing that will break the hyperlink is if I hit the delete key, it's gone. Just because I put a new piece of text over here where that box is, so new, it doesn't know that this is something new. It doesn't know that it was supposed to be hyperlinked there. So you will have to go through and add those hyperlinks to those different pages. So each page has been set up here with numbers and sections. So this is section 1. So when I tell it to go to section 1, it just knows that that is the first section. I have artificially named this section. So when you right click this and you do numbering and section options, you'll see start page numbering at 1. Section prefix 1, section marker 1. So that's how the hyperlinks within this InDesign file work, and that's how it knows where to go. So that's why you have 1.1, the next page is 1.2, the next page is 2.1 because it's the start of a new section. So if I want to add pages to any section at all, you want to go wherever you want to add those pages in, you're going to right click and say insert pages. And you're always going to want to insert pages after. Don't insert, well, I guess you could, but it'll be more logical just to insert pages after, not before. So after that page, I'm going to insert, let's say 5 pages, and I want to use the master page 1. So it just stays in that same look and feel, and all of the tabs still are the same to correspond with section 1. And now I can add in new items. You'll notice too that the spiral is missing. So you'll have to take the spiral from another section. Just go ahead, copy it, go to this section, and then our page, and then just go ahead and paste it down here and kind of center it so that you have the spiral on each page. So I think that's everything. Sophia, how do you create JPEGs of each of the pages in case we make changes to the sold product? That's really easy. All you have to do is go to File and go to Export. And then over here, you'll just choose JPEGs and it'll make a page of each. Just keep in mind though, this whole layout is one page. I know you can't see what I'm pointing at. This whole page here, this is one page. This is one page. So it won't split them for you and make them 2 pages. It doesn't know that one is the left and one is the right. But I think you know that. So that's pretty much it. I guess once you guys get in the file, let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, I think you're good to go. Let's see if anyone had any questions on Crowdcast. If anyone joined, nope. Nobody has any questions. So if you guys don't have anything else, that's all I wanted to show and pop in here really quick to show you how to edit this. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. There's a new video tomorrow. So, all right. Bye, guys.